Alright, what you see here is a Hunter Coastal Breeze ceiling fan in 52 inches. It's an antique brass finish, and I got this last year at a furniture store, which is called L&R. Basically, they sell all types of furniture down here, electrical furniture, like, and all types of houseware and such. This happened to have been a display model that they used back in the day, and this one never got sold because basically nobody wanted to buy it. So yeah, I decided to get it when I found out they still had it. It was taken down from the display around like 2010, 2011, somewhere around then. And last summer found out that it was actually up in the attic. I found it in the attic basically abandoned, and I figured, you know what? I was honestly I'm basically the only person who would buy it because nobody would see it up here besides me, since not too many customers actually go up to the third floor. So I figured I'd get it so it doesn't fall apart up there. So I bought it, and I'm pretty happy I did get it because it's actually the exact childhood one from my childhood, so it makes it even more sentimental. And this fan's going to be installed in the living room pretty soon, actually. By the time you see this video, it's already installed. But yeah, I'm pretty glad that I got it. I think this will be a perfect fan for the living room. Yeah, so yeah. It has some rust spots on it here and there, but to be honest, it's basically impossible to find a fan down here that's not gonna have any rust on it. Some of the outdoor rated fans will probably be the only best fans that would do good down here. Hence the reason why I'm not putting a very good and extremely high quality fan in my grandparents' living room, just so it can get all rusted up. The only reason why I'm actually putting up this one is also because it's a childhood one. But also, this one's already a bit rusted up, so I figured, you know what, this won't move good enough air, so I figured since it's already a bit rusted up, might as well put it in the living room. So yeah, and this Coolhouse light kit you see on it is actually the one I've always been using in the United States, so it might stay down here. But that's kind of the one I use for testing, so I might just get another one down here before I go back. And if not, I'll just buy another one when I get back home. So yeah, the fan is from the third quarter of 1996. It was made in Mexico. Yeah, it's basically made the exact time that I was born. I was born around the third quarter of 1996. So yeah, I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me too well. I'm just trying to whisper and not be too loud since everybody's asleep. But, yeah, it definitely has a nice vintage look to it. And since the furniture in this living room is pretty old, I think it's gonna be a perfect fan for it. So yeah, let's turn on the light. I'm using a daylight LED in there because my grandmother needs some brighter lighting in here. Also, basically everybody uses daylight down here, so because at nighttime it definitely gets pretty dark. So yeah, looks very nice with the light on. So yeah, I'm going to shut off the light. Actually, well, and now I'll just test it to see how well it lights up the room when I do the video of it installed, since that'll be a better test. So yeah, let's go ahead and start the fan off on low. And I do have the pull chain taped up this time. Just be a bit it'll be too tricky to test to see how well it lights up the room, since I don't have like a remote for the light above to turn it off like I do with the bedroom ceiling fan, which is the low profile in the United States. I honestly don't see this fan being used on low speed at all, probably high or medium. Has a pretty slow low speed to it. Don't remember if it went this slow before, but yeah. I do know one of the blades is a tiny bit out of clock, so I'll definitely take a look at that before it gets installed. And move somewhere on low speed. Not a whole lot, but I do know that closer breeze fans aren't really fast to begin with, especially the 52-inch ones. 44-inch ones are definitely faster, but yeah. And also, since it's hot down here, I'm not going to show it on reverse because there's no point doing it with this one. Maybe I'll do it. We'll see. Alright. Shut off the light. Okay, let's go and move the fan up to medium. It's also this way for me to test to see if the switch housing will be moving around a tiny bit just from the air movement. So that's kind of the other reason why I'm doing this video. I just want to see if it bounced around a bit with a light kit. Sometimes the fans will do that. But the switch housing seems to be staying in place, so that's good. Yeah, definitely. It's not going too fast on medium, but it's moving a nice breeze, so yeah. I used to see a lot of fans like this as a kid. Before I believe fans of Schoolhouse Squawks, especially down here in the Dominican Republic, so having one like this installed in the living room definitely it's almost like having a childhood fan. Well, it's kind of cool to have a natural childhood fan installed to replicate the ones I used to see down here all the time as a kid. A lot of them got replaced with Westinghouse fans or KDKs down the road, but at least I have one that's actually a better made one and not a cheap, unknown fan like that nobody knows about. But yeah, it's looking good here on medium. And the reason why I'm also putting this one in the living room because this living room really doesn't need an extremely powerful fan because there's always a nice breeze that comes in here, but when we have that nice breeze of it, this would be a good idea to have something that circulates it. But also when this room doesn't have any breeze happening, it's definitely does get hot in here sometimes, so yeah, I figured this would be a good one to circulate the breeze in here. Give it a nice coastal breeze in this room, so yeah. Oh yeah, this fan's definitely going to be used on high for the most part. Yeah, it's actually moving pretty decent there on medium. I just don't remember it going this slow on medium. At the same time, I haven't tested a fan that goes this slow on these speeds for a while. I mean, these are basically Hunter's Build-A-Fan back in the 90s, along with a few other models. Well, not Build-A-Fan, but lower end models, so it kind of makes sense. That goes a bit slow on medium and low. High speed on this is decent. As a matter of fact, the high speed that's on this fan is literally the same exact high speed that was on my bright brass low profile that was in the living room. And when I saw that my bright brass one went a lot slower than other 52-inch ones on YouTube, I figured out that it was definitely a bad cap in it, which is why it was a cap that was starting to go out. So I figured take it down, put up something else, and not have that one get messed up completely or be out of commission. I'd basically take it down before it went out of commission. So yeah, despite this fan not going extremely fast, it definitely does move a pretty good amount of air for what it is. In a country like this where it's always hot, definitely would do the job for the problem. See, if it was for the bedroom, I definitely would not put this here. The only reason why I'm putting this in the living room is because the living room does get a nice breeze, so having a residential fan will definitely be more than enough. having a industrial fan is something that my mom does not want in the living room. So yeah. But it's just so when people come to visit, they're not like sweating like crazy. At least there's something that cools them down a bit. Which is why this fan's going up there. But definitely reminds me, seeing this fan like this definitely brings back a lot of memories. Not extremely powerful, but for what it does is honestly exactly what I need. I don't need something that blows me away in this living room, or my grandparents. They don't need something that powerful. They just need something that circulates some air in here. And this will definitely do the job without any issue. Push that back a bit. Hopefully it's falling forward a bit. Let's see what we got. Don't want to bust a shade on it in the video. In fact, I might actually upload this video of it before I even head back to the States. So we can kind of see like a pre-video of it before it gets installed in a way. Yeah, this is definitely, we just need something that moves and breathes in this living room. That's where we all is. And with the help of the KDK next in the dining room, definitely won't be an issue. Definitely want more powerful than the other fans they done. Residential fancy to have down here. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and shut it off. And do a spin down, and I'm definitely not going to show it on reverse. It's just nighttime definitely gets a bit hotter down here. And also the windows in the living room are closed, so there's no breeze coming in here. So yeah, after it spins down, I definitely want to get out of here. Put it back in my room so I can go to sleep. But yeah, I feel like this fan definitely will be a great choice for the living room, because they have some older looking stuff, so I figured an older looking fan would be a lot better choice than something that's too modernized. And also this will have the same exact light as the KDK, so it will at least match somewhat. But the KDK actually does match pretty well with the dining room, mostly because the dark brown blades are almost the same exact finish as the furniture in the dining room. The living room has a little bit lighter furniture, so yeah, this one definitely would match the furniture in here better than the KDK would. Not sure if it would look as good as in the dining room, but we're definitely not taking that down because they actually spend more time in the dining room, so that's why we have the KDK there. So yeah, it's come to a complete stop, and that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.